could just 1 calorie taste so good?
How can just 1 calorie taste so good?
The Coca-Cola Company put the robust flavor in Tab.
Let's talk about strategy. The strategy for selling and advertising Tab. As you know, in the military service, the word strategy describes the basic plan that determines how men, equipment, and weapons are used to win a battle or even a war. You might say the strategy is the battle plan. In advertising and selling a product, there should also be a strategy, a basic plan that determines how selling, advertising, and all the other elements of marketing are used to sell a product. With a new product like Tab, you might say that the selling and advertising strategy is the battle plan. Certainly, we must understand our strategy if we are to establish clearly sales leadership for Tab in the low-calorie segment of the soft drink industry. In a few words, the strategy is to present Tab as the sensible, modern soft drink that tastes good and happens to have just 1 calorie. It's the new low-calorie soft drink from the Coca-Cola Company, and therefore the standard of quality. This strategy means that Tab is not just a diet drink. Tab is not just for dieters. Diet drinks sell negatively. Diet drinks sell punishment. On the other hand, we offer a positive consumer benefit. The benefit, the reward of Tab is taste and pleasure. There is a great value in being able to sell a positive product in a positive way. For example, this advertisement for Tab, scheduled in magazines for grocers and supermarket operators, says, "Some diet drinks urge your customers to cut down on their expense at your expense. We urge your customers to eat and enjoy it with Tab." We've seen that about 1 person out of every 10 is actively on a diet, seriously trying to lose weight, and almost 1 person out of every 3 is a Weight Watcher, that is, concerned with his weight. Most Weight Watchers occasionally go through the motions of dieting, but they're not very successful in controlling their weight, and generally they are not really serious about the discipline that is required. Both dieters and Weight Watchers really enjoy food. So, many people play a kind of game with themselves in which they give up one thing in order to indulge in something else. They bank calories. For example, they put an artificial sweetener in their coffee so they can fill the cup with cream. To these people, diet is an ugly word. Most dieters and Weight Watchers do not like dieting. It's unpleasant. Dieting is a kind of punishment. So, even the names of diet drinks suggest something unpleasant, even punishment. The appeal of a diet drink is only to the 10% of the people who are actively dieting. But when the word diet is part of the name of a product, it communicates quickly to consumers just what the product is. And that's a sales advantage. On the other hand, the word diet is also a handicap. The name of the product will always suggest something that is not pleasant. Its appeal will always be to a limited group of people. We think a good-tasting, low-calorie soft drink like Tab appeals to both the diet group and the Weight Watcher group. So we think our approach, our strategy for Tab, is the best approach. Let's examine our strategy more closely. First, the brand name, Tab. Obviously, there are many advantages to short, one-word trademarks. Generally, they are easier to protect against imitators. For example, back in 1886, Coca-Cola was a trademark for a completely new and distinctive drink. But soon other people began to make products which imitated the taste of Coca-Cola, and they took the second half of this trademark for Coca-Cola and called their products Cola. Yes, a one-word trademark is easier to protect than compound words against substitutes and imitations. In addition, as a general rule, a one-word trademark is easier to use in packaging and advertising. A short name can be bigger, bolder, more easily seen. It can easily be used either horizontally or vertically on a sign. But most of all, names are what you make them. 100 years ago, ivory primarily meant elephant tusks. But today, ivory makes us think of a pure soap first. Chevrolet used to be an unpronounceable Frenchman's name. 2 years ago, Mustang meant a small, half-wild horse. But today the word Mustang brings to mind a fast-selling automobile. And how about Crest, Tide, Halo, Camel, or Dial? Today, Tab is a short, memorable trademark without diet or other restrictive words. So there's no limit to how far we can go in developing Tab as a modern, sensible soft drink that tastes good. Next, taste. Tab tastes good. After blind taste tests by thousands of consumers, we know the taste of Tab is superior, and that's a big sales advantage. This taste is a distinctive taste. The taste of Tab is not a substitute or an imitation of something else. Next, let's look at the strategy for Tab as seen in advertising for point of sale and in media like television and magazines. Remember, this advertising is for a new product. So, the advertising must tell consumers what the product is. The words and illustration must quickly establish that Tab is a new and modern soft drink that tastes good, that it's a 1-calorie product, that it's from the Coca-Cola Company. So, the product must be presented in a manner that is appetizing, suggesting good taste, flavor. And the illustration must suggest a situation that is happy and pleasant. And advertising for this new product must have the look of quality. The atmosphere, the color, the situations must demonstrate that Tab is a standard of quality. To be believable, the total ad must reflect the fact that Tab is the best. And remember that the advertising for Tab must be different from that for Coca-Cola, because we are not interested in just swapping customers from one product to another. We want to enlarge our total market, to sell to new groups of people we have never sold before. We want to sell Tab to those who enjoy regular soft drinks, but who watch their caloric intake. We want to get drinkers of other low-calorie soft drinks to try Tab. And we want to sell Tab to diabetics and other people who must restrict their intake of fats or carbohydrates or caffeine. In addition, the strategy for Tab must be different from the strategy for Coca-Cola because the competitors are different. Market leadership in the low-calorie soft drink segment is quite different from that in other segments of the soft drink industry. In addition, Tab has often been introduced into local markets where another product was already firmly entrenched. So the advertising for Tab has the additional job of reaching people who are in the habit of buying and drinking something else. Next, let's look at the way the basic strategy for Tab was used in developing its handsome and distinctive packaging. Of course, the packaging for Tab should not look like medicine or like a diet drink. Instead, the packaging for Tab is designed to suggest a pleasant experience and a quality product full of flavor. So the beautiful pace-setting bottle for Tab is a gracefully rounded bottle with sparkles. The first carton for Tab was a package which presented a new product to the public. So strong, bold colors were used to demonstrate a product that has body, flavor, and taste. The carton was designed to say that the taste of Tab is not thin or wishy-washy. Here is new second-year packaging for Tab. The needs of the product now are quite different from those at the time Tab was introduced. So the new carton is designed for strong identification on the shelf, designed for strong purchase appeal for women, who are the buying agents for the entire family. The new carton is designed for a product that is light and modern, but has robust flavor. A product that is not just a diet drink and not just for women. A product that is smart, sensible, and stylish. Next, let's look at the way the basic strategy for Tab is used in developing point-of-sale advertising. Point of sale backs up the packaging and presents the product in an atmosphere of quality. For example, this bottle topper was made available when Tab was first introduced. Notice the line, "Keep Tab with Tab," which explains the trademark. Note also that we have stressed taste and flavor from the very beginning. Here the line is, "Brimming with flavor, only 1 calorie in 6 fluid ounces." The emphasis on flavor has continued. This cold bottle decal uses the bold headline, "Brimming with flavor," and repeats the line, "Keep Tab with Tab." More recent point-of-sale material has shown Tab with good things to eat. This associates Tab with taste and flavor and gently reminds the consumer that Tab helps him bank calories. So you see, from the beginning, the product itself has been the feature of the advertising, and the copy has always emphasized flavor and taste. The same strategy has been reflected in media advertising for Tab. This candlelight ad suggests a pleasant experience, and the total atmosphere tells the reader quickly that anything served here is the best and will have good taste and flavor. Everybody wants and needs a little bit of luxury. Almost everybody appreciates the best. Since Tab is sold at popular prices, it's important to let people know that Tab, which costs no more, is the very best. The association of Tab with beautiful glassware and china in tasteful surroundings has helped establish the quality of the product. Of course, the early advertising for Tab was aimed at a target customer who was plump, 40-ish, and in higher income brackets. But today, the advertising is designed to have a wider appeal since the market for Tab has broadened to include all age groups, all income groups, just about everybody. So, current advertising for Tab features models who are young adults, while the emphasis on taste, flavor, and quality continues. So, a hostess would not apologize for serving Tab in her home, and that emphasizes how Tab is different from diet drinks. This emphasis on the reward of taste and flavor is in contrast to the strategy for diet drinks. For example, from its beginning, the strategy for Patio Diet Cola, a product of the Pepsi-Cola company, was to appeal to active dieters. The advertising featured exercise, and this somehow put an emphasis on a painful, unpleasant way to get trim and slim. Diet Right Cola pioneered the low-calorie market, but even its name puts an emphasis on diet. It is advertised as a sugar-free product and often infers that sugar is something bad that should be avoided. In recent advertising for Diet Right, there has been an emphasis on the taste of the product, but its name means it is first and always a diet drink. When Patio Diet Cola did not achieve strong market acceptance, their second entry in the low-calorie market was Diet Pepsi. Diet Pepsi is also advertised as a sugar-free product. Generally, Diet Pepsi is advertised in the same ad with regular Pepsi in a kind of a take-your-choice situation. Rather than reaching new customers, this approach primarily invites their own customers to switch from regular Pepsi to Diet Pepsi. As you know, the Coca-Cola company continually conducts consumer research on its advertising as well as on the advertising of its competitors. From this extensive research, we know that our advertising for Tab is working well. While the primary emphasis has been on taste, people know that Tab is a low-calorie product. We've had no problem in positioning Tab against Diet Right and Diet Pepsi. In addition, all of the TV advertising for Tab has been superior advertising. The commercials, of course, are not just dreamed up. Instead, they are all designed to reflect the strategy for Tab. And after each commercial is produced, it is carefully tested with sample groups of people, real people, from all walks of life. That way, we know whether or not the advertising is right before it is ever used. You can sell advertising for Tab with confidence. Here's why. Here is a chart illustrating results of pre-testing of commercials for Tab. As you can see, the average score for all soft drinks in this particular consumer test is 115. Note that every commercial ever tested for Tab is considerably above this average. Note also that the TV spot for Tab titled Candlelight received the highest consumer rating of any 60-second television spot ever tested. Yes, you can be proud of this advertising. And the high scores affirm the fact that the strategy for the product is right. We've now developed the strategy for Tab to the point where we use a TV commercial for Tab with a product endorsement from the best possible expert, the chef in an expensive restaurant. This is a man whose entire life is dedicated to creating good taste and flavor. And in this commercial, this chef gives a testimonial for the taste of Tab. This commercial at once emphasizes for Tab its taste and flavor, the quality and elegance of the product. In short, it says that Tab is the best. And remember, too, the strategy for Tab is designed so the product can sell in the midst of all the propaganda and advertising about health and fitness and all of the consumer interest in nutrition and weight control. Yes, the strategy for Tab is our battle plan. The strategy presents Tab as the sensible, modern soft drink that tastes good and happens to have just 1 calorie. Tab is the new low-calorie soft drink from the Coca-Cola Company, and therefore the standard of quality. So that's how we advertise and sell Tab. We need not fear this fast-moving, fast-growing, low-calorie soft drink market. We can sell Tab with confidence because the strategy for Tab works well against competition. And with this strategy, we reach new groups of people and create new sales. Yes, with Tab, we can enlarge our total market. So let's build dominant point-of-sale displays to sell Tab.
How can just 1 calorie taste so good? The Coca-Cola Company put the robust flavor in Tab.